It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Thursday morning. And you know what that means. It's time for our weekly roundup of all things wild and truly wonderful. And this week on Into the Wilds, we're paying very close attention to our world's oceans. Why? Because it is World Oceans Day, a global day of awareness around the state of our oceans that we rely so heavily on. And we're joined by Renee Leona from the Two Oceans Aquarium. We love her and her team, and she's going to tell us a bit more about their efforts and I think give us a broader scope of where the oceans are on World Oceans Day. So do we celebrate World Oceans Day? Is it a time to celebrate?
It is supposed to be a celebration. First of all, thank you for having me. And
Absolute pleasure.
And you've seen what the ocean looks like at the moment. It's quite turbulent out there. So we're supposed to be celebrating the ocean every single day. In my opinion, that is what we should be doing.
I love that, yeah.
The fact that the United Nations endorses this day, it just makes it so much more impactful. And World Oceans Day, it brings people's minds to the fact that the oceans, it looks vast and you can take, but we are very
it's
quickly
a limited
realizing,
resource, yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned the United Nations because we love to cover some of the facts that are kind of hitting the headlines at the moment. And I love the fact that the United Nations, they're getting involved in the struggle to protect the Great Barrier Reef. And I know you guys do focus on a coral reef awareness within the aquarium. You've got a great exhibit there. But they're saying, the news emerging now is that the UN fears that we are not going to actually be able to protect, in particular, the Great Barrier Reef. What is the current state of the Barrier Reef?
Well, it's dying pretty fast. Unfortunately, what we are looking at is coral bleaching. And coral bleaching, the reason for the coral bleaching is ocean acidification, which is directly linked to climate change. So the thing is that we can protect what is still there. We can't bring back what's already lost. We can plant again, we can try and plant again, but that's taken thousands, if not millions of years to get to that point, and it's disappearing really, really fast. Yeah.
Do you think enough is being done to protect that resource now with the UN's backing?
You know what? The coral reef is one aspect. The entire ocean needs a lot more protection than what it is receiving at the moment.
Okay, well, we'll get into some of those major damages. We've got some lovely props here to help educate you and, of course, myself. It's something that we all need to take cognizance of, but it's something that we want you to weigh in on as well. If you've had any awesome, wild encounters out there or any questions that you'd like to pose, Renee, please give us a call. The number to dial is 021 430 9881 or drop us a comment on Facebook or Twitter.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, I'm getting lots of nods of affirmation from Renee on the couch here. She, of course, is part of our expert panel as we head back into the wilds, your weekly roundup of all things wild and wonderful. And if you're just tuning in, we're, of course, discussing World Oceans Day, a hugely important day for all of us, but especially for the team at the Two Oceans Aquarium. And Renee, of course, representing that team today to talk about, in particular, one of the major threats to our oceans at the moment. And again, we'd love to hear from you, 021 430 9881. Please connect with us, pose any questions or any comments if you've got them. We are talking about ocean pollution, in particular plastic, and what seems like an insurmountable amount of plastic that needs to be cleaned up. How badly does plastic or pollution in general affect our oceans?
So this year, the theme for World Oceans Day, it focuses specifically on plastic and how it influences our oceans. And the estimate is that by 2050, we'll have more plastic in the ocean than fish. So let that just sink in for a moment. So not only is it aesthetically horrible, like you can see over there, it is detrimental to the animal life. We see it in the aquarium. It is detrimental to our food sources. It is everywhere. And the thing is, it starts on land. That's the thing. It starts with us. It starts with us going to the shop and buying that thing in plastic.
And what are some of the big danger areas? I know you've brought a couple of props here. What are some of the plastics that are finding their way into the oceans, the real culprits?
So the real culprits, your first thing that you need to look at is packaging. There's so much packaging. And what people need to remember is that plastic was made to last. I'm not pointing a finger at plastic and saying it's all bad. It really isn't all bad. There are people out there. Yeah, we need it. Yeah. There are people out there that owe their lives to plastic because it saved their life. The thing is that our attitude towards it needs to change. So we need to respect it more. It is something that was made to last forever.
There's so many of those facts today that are going to drop that you really need to stop and think about. And something that maybe might drive the point home, you mentioned it affects our food. How so?
Yeah. So plastic essentially is made from petroleum. So when you see the petrol price goes up and things like that, it affects the price of plastic and stuff like that too, because it is a byproduct of petroleum. And have you ever smelled petrol?
Yeah.
It's got quite a heavy
It's toxic,
smell.
yeah.
It's toxic. So there are chemicals in your plastics that leaches out into the ecosystem. And if the little fish, and we know the small fish eat small pieces of plastic, when they eat it, it leaches out into their meat. That small fish is eaten by the bigger fish. The bigger fish, who eats the big fish? Either bigger fish or us.
Or us. Okay, we're going to get into some of the campaigns, the awesome campaigns that you guys are running at the moment to educate. We'd love to hear from you if you've got some tips on how we can address this problem on World Oceans Day. 021 430 9881. We're going to continue heading into the wild after the break.
Only you can make my day.
Do I just continue looking at
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso as we head back into the wild. If you'd like to give us a shout on World Oceans Day, 021 430 9881 is the number to dial. We've been searching for ways of driving home this message that we need to protect our oceans and also the amount of damage that is being done by pollution, in particular plastic. But you've discovered a hero in this war on plastic and pollution, and his name is Bob. We love our own Bob, but your Bob, he's quite an exciting Bob. Tell me a bit more about this beautiful turtle.
First, I need to tell you, we don't know if Bob is a boy or a girl.
Okay.
Okay, so Bob is still too young to tell.
Could be Bobette.
A Bobette, yeah. The thing is that actually Bob is one of those, a green turtle. And the reason why Bob got his name is because he used to bob at the top of his tank.
Okay.
So we do extensive turtle rehab at the aquarium.
We know this, yeah.
And Bob came in 2014 towards the end of the year, very, very much broken. His carapace, there he is, all crushed, really bad, really, really bad. And also not eating. Reptiles went, it's horrid.
Shame.
Yeah, so just look at that, because that is the only thing that's between them, their inner organs and the outside. And you could see stuff through it. We won't go
Really
down
bad
into
way,
the really bad
yeah.
way. So Bob came in, Bob wasn't eating, Bob was really broken. We did really a lot to try and save this turtle. We wrapped him in bone cement and duct tape. I had an MRI, but Bob wasn't eating. There you go, there's the MRI. And Bob wasn't eating, and reptiles do that. As they get cold, because they get cold in our water, their body's functions shut down and the gut stops.
Down, yeah.
When Bob started eating, finally, one morning one of our aquarists came running into our office and says, Bob has left us a parcel. I'm like, what do you mean Bob has left us a parcel? Bob left us a parcel. And it was this.
Oh my word.
So Bob is a green turtle. There you go. That's the pictures of what I have here. There's a balloon on its string. There's some red balloons. So Bob is a green turtle, which is a vegetarian turtle. And what does that look like to you?
Yeah, seaweed and
Seaweed.
You can't distinguish.
And
yeah.
it's all plastic. It's all plastic bags, and as I said, balloons. Yesterday in the storm, I walk out my place and there's a balloon floating.
Floating.
And
Oh,
I
so
think
this
to
is all from
myself,
possibly your child's party. So I'm going to ask you very
Yeah.
quickly. I mean, this is a beautiful message to send out on World Oceans Day. Yes, we want to drive home the gravity of it as well, but there is a beautiful opportunity here. One last message to the greater public out there on World Oceans Day.
The change starts with you. You can make a difference in this animal's life. And not just Bob, because Bob is still with us, but there are thousands of them out there. Thousands. And it's not just Bob, it's the birds, it's us. You can make a difference in our future by making your choices better, by being informed and making good choices when you go out and you use the products that are out there.
Oh, thank you so much, Ray, and send our best to the rest of your team. We absolutely love what you guys are doing at the Two Oceans Aquarium. And Bob, we love you. The other Bob, whether you're a boy or a girl, I'm glad to see you on the mend. But hopefully this is a message you can spread here on World Oceans Day.